It's a lovely day here at the Hive. Track practice is wrapping up, and spring football has just started. And it's senior night here at the Hive. We're ready to go. We got the seniors and Coach Barrett coming on. All right, and then now we have first-time guest Blayke Danna join the show. How you doing, Blayke?
Doing all right. Thanks for having me.
Well, look, it's senior night. Gunnar and Travis, the two seniors on the team. Talk to me about what Gunnar and Travis have meant to this program.
Oh God, Gunnar has done a lot for this program. Like the other night against Columbia, we were down by one, I think. Gunnar hit the.
It was 2-1.
Yeah, he hit the bomb. We're doing great at pitching right now. It's wonderful pitching. Travis hasn't got to play much, but when he does, he capitalizes. He threw one inning, I think, against Columbia. No.
And that one inning, I heard he lit it up. He did insane.
No hits. Gunnar made a fantastic play in right center.
Yeah, look. So I mean, it's no secret that Gunnar and Travis mean a lot to this team, and I feel like you could ask anybody on this team, their connection with them. But speaking of connections, look, you've been phenomenal as a catcher this year. Talk to me about some of the things you and Logan Frichet have done, throughout y'all's time this year.
Well, every time I could possibly be with Logan, I'm with him, talking to him, figuring out what he wants to do next time he pitches. I catch all his bullpens, see how he moves in the game. I don't get surprised. Sometimes he calls me, just really anything.
Yeah, explain some of those calls. Like what goes on there.
He called me one time, and we just talked about how we were gonna face each batter. And he watches film a lot. I don't, so he was just like,
oh man, that connection's great. I mean, look, a pitcher and a catcher calling each other is almost unheard of, and you can just tell y'all two bring that type of intensity. But when y'all call so much, how does that translate onto the field?
I
mean, it just everything goes much smoother, and
yeah,
it's a lot better connection. And look, Coach Barrett, it's his first year here. He had a different coach last year. How has Coach Barrett been different than any other coach?
Coach Barrett's he makes practice fun, and he makes it intense, so we don't get surprised during the games.
I knew that was coming. Yeah, every player said intense.
I love Coach Barrett.
I've heard he's a lot different from a lot of other coaches that you've had.
Way different.
And look, I feel like that's benefited you and Logan on a lot of terms too. But look, if there's anything you want to say, go ahead. But if not, have a good night.
You too.
And now we have another first-time guest joining the show, Travis Puls.
What's up?
How you doing, Travis?
Good.
Look, you're a senior. You've been here for 6 years?
Yeah, ever since 6th grade.
All right, so tell me how about, maybe not sports-related just yet, how your time here at Oak Forest?
Oh, I've loved it. It's been great. I've enjoyed every moment. Not ready to graduate.
Look, there's Keegan Kelsey giving us a good inside side. We got to get him on the show soon. But you've been a senior. You're a senior this whole year. You played a little bit this year. How's the program been different with Coach Barrett?
Oh, it's been so much better. We've got hitting wise, we hit BP every day. Last year we didn't hit BP at all. It's helped us all hit, and main thing, it helped us all really, really good.
All right, and talk to me about that game you got in.
When I got in, I was nervous at first. When I got in there, I just shoved.
I mean, I heard you dominate.
Yeah, I shoved.
You got in there, you lit it up for that one inning, and look, when you get in, you got to make that, you got to capitalize on it, and I feel like that's exactly what you did. But you're not the only senior. Gunnar is with you. Grew up with Gunnar. Y'all both went to the OFA for 6 years, which I didn't know until I read the senior night thing. But senior night, what are some of the emotions coming into senior night?
Oh, after the game, it's gonna be very emotional, but especially the last game. Hopefully, it's in the state championship. We win. I'm sure I'm gonna cry a lot.
All right, well, Travis, I appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Have a good one.
And now it's here. for our first reoccurring guest, Gunner Staten, pitcher for what? Center fielder?
Yep.
All right, center
Pitching
fielder.
Yep.
Let's just be honest. Do it all, Gunner Staten.
Nah.
Okay. All right. Well, look, you're a senior. It's senior night. It's a big night. Talk to me about it.
Oh, it's an exciting night. I mean, if you want to look at, you can look at it as an exciting night. You just look at it as another game with a little 15-minute presentation in front of it. But I mean, it is the last scheduled home game, but it's just another game. Come out there, ball out, have fun, just roll with it.
I mean, and you know, I talked to you about it. I said, what are the emotions going to be heading into the game? And I was told no emotions.
Well, I
I'm just
mean,
ready to play.
the way I look at it, it's like any other game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be our last home game. Is it? I mean, I'm hoping it's not. I don't think it will be. But I mean, you just go in. You can't worry about the emotions. You can't show no emotions. You can't worry about it. You got to go in ready to ball out and just put everything out there on the field. Play. You got to play every game like it's the last one. It's like the last home game. Every single game.
And yeah, look, I love that intensity that you bring, and you're gonna need it tonight with a team like Silliman. I've heard they're extremely legit. I haven't watched much of them. Of course, this is the first game we're gonna have at home. Tuesday night, you got a doubleheader go. Friday night.
Yep.
Talk to me about maybe some things you've heard or seen about Silliman.
Well, I'm sure they can command the zone when it comes to pitching. I'm sure they got a solid offense and defense. We just play the ball we know how to play. Keep that same approach at the plate and just play solid defense. Logan's gonna fill up his own game one, and then we'll just go after that.
All right, well, Gunner, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too.
And here we go. It's time for the favorite segment. Coach Barrett, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
You know, there's not a lot of nights like tonight to where you just get to watch the Jackets play baseball, and it's gonna be one of those nights. And so I'm ready. It's gonna be one of the last times this year. You know, you have so many times to play at home, but in particular, Gunner and Travis, they're not gonna get it back as much as some of these other kids. So talk to me about the message to them too.
Well, to me, both of those kids, their character and who they are as people is really what's the most important thing. As far as the game goes, this is my favorite. This is my favorite time as a competitor or a coach or an athlete. Some people love these moments. These are my favorite moments. We're playing for something. Today marks a day. If we win today, we get home field advantage for the playoffs. So I don't know if they know that, but that will be the message today. And to play for Gunner and Travis Puls and those guys who show up every day, positive attitudes, work hard. Again, they're just wonderful. Those are the two things that we should be playing for today: is the seniors and for that home field advantage in the playoffs. So if we win one out of the series, we get home field advantage. So we'll be the 2 seed. We'll be the 2 seed if we win one. If we win 2, we'll win the series. We'll win the conference, and we'll be the 1 seed.
Okay.
So and we'll have home field advantage all the way through the playoffs. If we get swept, we drop all the way down. So it 100% means something. It's senior night, but it's also that too.
Well, when you say get swept and drop all the way down, do you mean drop to
third, and you'll play a 1 or a 2, which means they'll have home field advantage.
Okay, so the Jackets will have clinched the playoffs, correct?
Yes, we have clinched the playoff.
And look, Coach, next week is just going to be so, intense, and that's the word I've heard all year long throughout about the practices, the games, the style y'all play. So I'll go ahead and ask this now. Looking back at this season, of course, obviously it's not over. We got the series, but looking back at the season, did it meet your expectations of coming into the year, thinking what y'all would be able to do?
That's a tough question. There's some certain things I think we would be better at. There's been some surprises of some guys that really stepped up and did great. So far, have we done good and have we gotten better? Absolutely. I would have thought our record maybe would have been a little bit better. But on the flip side of that, we played one of the hardest schedules. And
I think it's not a stretch to say the hardest.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. So I wasn't expecting some of these teams to be as good as they were. So, that's kind of a tough question. Are we headed in the right direction? And have we got the job done so far that we needed to? Yes. So.
All right, well, I'm going to chart that down as a success. But as always, Coach Barrett, I appreciate you, and we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And that's all we have for you today, folks. The senior presentation starts at 5:45, and the game starts at 6:30. If you can't make it, tune in to Coach Ace and Coach Curtis are going to be on the call tonight at Jack Nation Network -OFA, our YouTube channel. This has been Jack Nation Network, signing off.